Birds of Prey Double Trouble by Colton Dennis. Birds of prey. When a laboratory facility gets broken into, the robbers steal all their chemicals. But they discover they're not alone in this facility. After the power goes out, 4 cages open and release velociraptors. Now the robbers must fight to survive against these dangerous hunters. 2010. Angelo Neal appears, then walks towards a cabinet. The cabinet door opens. A vial is being grabbed. A needle goes into the vial. The liquid goes into the tube of the needle. Angelo taps the needle. A velociraptor appears laying on a table. Angelo grabs an IV, then injects the chemical into the velociraptor. The velociraptor snarls lowly, then closes its eyes. "It's all right, buddy. You're gonna be all right." Angelo approaches the laboratory intercom, then presses a button. "Hey, Dr. McLean, come up here please. I need to show you something," said Angelo. "Be right there," said male voice number 1. Angelo approaches the velociraptor. "It's all right. Just sleep, buddy," said Angelo. The laboratory door opens. "You wanted to see me, Dr. Neal?" asked Dr. McLean. "Yes, look at this." The raptor's membrane is showing a lot of activity. More than an original raptor. "What do you think?" asked Angelo. "Maybe it's the chemical." "How much of a dose do you give them?" asked Dr. McLean. "It's a normal amount," said Angelo. "Really? And it's showing this? Maybe only do a dose a day from now on. Maybe its brainwaves will go down," said Dr. McLean. "Yeah, maybe you're right. You too. Take him back downstairs," said Angelo. 2 scientists appear, then push the cart with the velociraptor on it. Angelo takes off his gloves. "Don't worry, Dr. Neal. Nothing is gonna happen to your animals. I know you care for them a lot." "Well, back to work then," said Dr. McLean, patting Angelo's back, then walks away. The cart continues being pushed. A cage door opens. The cart gets pushed into the cage. Scientist number 1 tips the cart. The velociraptor falls off the cart, then lands onto the cage floor. "Hey, careful," said scientist number 2. "Who cares? These damn things shouldn't even be alive." "Why do you care for these things?" asked scientist number 1. "They are precious animals. Real hunters, unlike us," said scientist number 2. "No, these animals are just monsters that were created. Not real hunters," said scientist number 1, walking out of the cage. Scientist number 2 looks at the velociraptor, then walks out of the cage. The cage door shuts. The velociraptor opens its eyes. The sun is slowly setting. A car appears driving, stops, then turns off. Dale Moreno, Essie Williams, Harriet Barber, and Tonya Houston appear. "All right, this is the place. I heard they have the chemicals that our buyer is looking for. Put the masks on until we cut the power. Then we'll be safe," said Dale. "Won't those scientists recognize us?" asked Essie. "No, these scientists live in 2 towns over from where we live. We're gonna be safe. We get in, find the chemicals we need, then get out of there," said Dale. "Sounds like a plan," said Tonya. The car doors open, then shut. All 4 are running, then stop at a fence. "Get over. Come on," said Dale, lifting Essie up. Essie climbs over the fence. Dale lifts Tonya. Tonya climbs over the fence. "Come on, Harriet," said Essie. "You guys go ahead." "I can't climb over that," said Harriet. "Harriet, it's all right. Just take it slow. Ready, now, put your foot here." "Come on," said Dale. Harriet puts her foot onto Dale's hands. Dale lifts Harriet. Harriet climbs over the fence. Dale steps backwards, jumps onto the fence, climbs over, then lands onto the ground. Are you all right? Asked Essie. Yeah, let's find the electrical panel. Cut the power, then get inside. Angelo appears walking, then goes into the security room. Hey Doc, said security guard number 1. Hey, any activity? Asked Angelo. No sir, but why would there be activity at a laboratory facility? Asked security guard number 1. A lot of people get crazy ideas. Just keep an eye out. I have a weird feeling, said Angelo. Don't worry, Doc. I have eyes like a hawk. Nothing will get past me, said security guard number 1. Angelo walks out of the security room. The security room door shuts. Security guard number 1 looks at the screens, then holds up a newspaper. Footsteps are walking. All right, here it is. Give me the bolt cutter, said Dale. A backpack gets taken, gets opened, then a pair of bolt cutters appear. Dale grabs the bolt cutters. Scientist number 1 walking past the cages. A velociraptor snarls. What are you staring at? You pathetic piece of shit. You're no hunter. You're just some monster that looks like a raptor. You deserve to die. The lights go out. Scientist number 1 looks up, runs towards the computer, then starts typing on the keyboard. Damn it. Scientist number 1 grabs the telephone receiver. Hey, the power's out down here. No. The raptors are still in their cages. Yeah, what do I do? Asked scientist number 1. Chad doors the cage. Doors. The velociraptors snarl, then walk out of their cages. Scientist number 1 continues talking in the distance. A velociraptor hisses. Scientist number 1 looks up, then slowly turns around. The velociraptors appear in front of scientist number 1. Scientist number 1 screams, screaming over the phone. Scientist number 2 holds the telephone away from his ear. Jesus, something is going on downstairs. I'll go check it out, said scientist number 2. Wait, I'll go with you, said Dr. McLean. Are you sure? It sounded really dangerous, said scientist number 2. Son, I've seen more danger than you will in your life, said Dr. McLean. The laboratory door opens. All 4 are walking into the laboratory facility. All right. Find the lab. Grab the chemicals, then get out of here, said Dale. All 4 start walking. Clanking sound down the hallway. Harriet looks down the hallway. Harriet, stick together, said Essie. All 4 continue walking. A velociraptor appears at the end of the hallway, then snarls. Angelo appears in the laboratory, grabs some vials from a box, then puts them into the cabinet. Footsteps walking in the distance. Angelo looks up, then continues putting the vials into the cabinet. So, did you find out what it was? Asked Angelo, looking at the doorway. Dale points a gun at Angelo. Angelo raises his hands. Sorry about this, Doc, said Dale. Then why are you doing it? Asked Angelo. We need these supplies for a buyer, said Dale. Oh, you're one of those people selling chemicals on the black market, said Angelo. Yeah, said Dale. All right. I got the vials we need, said Essie. Let's get going, said Dale. All 4 are slowly walking into the hallway. Be careful when you leave, said Angelo. Thanks for your concern, said Dale, walking down the hallway. Angelo walks into the hallway. Footsteps walking. Well, we got the vials. Now to meet our buyer, said Essie. Security guard number 1 tackles Dale. The gun being raised, then fires. The bullet hits the ceiling. Security guard number 1 punches Dale. Dale falls onto the floor, then drops the gun. Security guard number 1 reaches for the gun. Essie kicks security guard number 1's head. Security guard number 1 falls onto the floor. Then groans. The gun cocks. Security guard number 1 raises his hands. "Don't shoot him," said Harriet. "Why not?" asked Dale. "You shoot me, you're a murderer. Are you capable of having that over your head?" asked security guard number 1. Dale uncocks the gun, then lowers it. "Run," said Dale. All 4 start running. Security guard number 1 stands, then chases all 4 of them. A velociraptor jumps at security guard number 1, then starts ripping him apart. Security guard number 1 screaming. All 4 stop, then look back. "Oh my God," said Tonya. The other 3 velociraptors appear, then snarl. All 4 continue running. Angelo, walking down the hallway, opens a door, then walks downstairs. Guys, what's taking so long? We have a problem." Angelo gasps. Bodies appear laying everywhere. Angelo puts his hand over his mouth. "Oh my God." Dr. McLean appears from around the corner. "Dr. McLean, here. Give me your hand." Dr. McLean puts out his right arm. Angelo looks at Dr. McLean's arm. "Oh my God, your hand," said Angelo. Dr. McLean collapses. Angelo catches Dr. McLean. "Stop those monsters," said Dr. McLean, gasping his last breath. Footsteps continue running, then stop. "Jesus, did you guys see that?" asked Tonya. "Yeah, we all saw that. A goddamn raptor ate that security guard," said Dale, snarling in the distance. All 4 look down the hallway. A velociraptor appears at the end of the hallway, hisses, then runs at all 4 of them. "Shoot it," said Essie. Dale raises the gun, then fires. Rit. The velociraptor being shot then collapses in front of the group. "Nice shooting," said Tonya. "Thanks. Imagine that on my wall," said Dale, snarling at the end of the hallway. Another velociraptor appears, then snarls. "Shit, run," said Essie. All 4 start running. The velociraptor chases all 4 of them. Harriet trips, groans, then holds her knee. "Harriet, come on," said Tonya, helping Harriet stand up. The velociraptor bites Tonya's hood, then pulls her down. Tonya gets dragged away, then screams. "Unquat, Tonya, unquat," yelled Dale, raising the gun. The gun clicks. "Shit," said Dale, pulling out the magazine, reloads the gun, then points it down the hallway. Tonya gets pulled around the corner. Blood splatters onto the wall. The other 2 velociraptors appear. All 3 start running. The 2 velociraptors are chasing all 3 of them. Angelo, walking upstairs, opens the door, then peeks out. The door shuts. Angelo slowly walks, gets to the weaponry room, then shuts the door. Here we go. Guns continuously being loaded, then cocking. Screaming in the distance. Angelo looks up. "Damn it," said Angelo, looking down, then grabs a few objects. All 3 continue running. Harriet falls onto the floor again. "Come on," said Essie. "My leg," said Harriet. Dale points. The gun continuously fires. The velociraptor's snarling. "Get up," said Dale. "My leg hurts," said Harriet. "You won't be worrying about your leg when they eat you," said Essie. The gun continues firing, cocks, then clicks. "Shit, I'm out again," said Dale. "Because you're a bad aim," said Essie. All 3 look up. The velociraptors are getting closer. Angelo appears from around the corner. "Get Down. All three lay onto the floor. Angelo throws 2 smoke bombs. Smoke appears. The velociraptors are snarling and hissing. Come on, said Angelo. All three stand up then start running. The smoke slowly clears. All 3 velociraptors are snarling. All 4 continue running then go into the laboratory. The laboratory door shuts. Help me with this, said Dale. Both Angelo and Dale are blocking the laboratory door with a table. Harriet groaning. You need to get this cleaned. Hey Doc, is there anything we can use? Asked Essie. Yeah. Angelo walks towards the cabinet, then opens it. Here's some iodine and some bandages. Here you go, said Angelo. Thank you, said Essie. So Doc, what's with the velociraptors? Asked Dale. I was working on an experiment. A few years ago, we found actual eggs, still warm and healthy. Brought them back here, they hatched. These aren't monsters brought back from DNA. These are actual raptors, said Angelo. Why are they here? Asked Dale. We thought, you know how elephants will never get cancer. Well, we discovered that parts of the raptor's brain may help with Alzheimer's disease. They are very intelligent animals. So, I started an experiment to try to cure Alzheimer's with the brain cell of raptors, said Angelo, banging on the laboratory door. All 4 get startled. Oh my God, they're outside, said Harriet. Is there another way out, Doc? Asked Dale. Yeah, there's a secret door behind this cabinet, said Angelo. Both Angelo and Dale are slowly moving a cabinet. Banging sound stops. All 4 are looking at the laboratory door. They stopped. Maybe they went away, said Harriet. Come on, get her over here, said Angelo. Essie helps Harriet towards the door. Angelo opens the door then looks through it. All right, it's clear. All 4 are slowly walking into another room. The laboratory window smashes. A velociraptor snarls. Come on, said Dale. Angelo shuts the door. The velociraptor rams into the door. Angelo struggling. Help, said Angelo. Dale grabs the gun then hits the velociraptor. The velociraptor snarling then goes back into the laboratory. The door shuts then locks. Are you all right, Doc? Asked Dale. Yeah, thanks, said Angelo. What do we do now? Asked Essie. Well, we can go down this hallway and go out the back way, said Angelo. Lead the way, Doc, said Dale. All 4 are walking out of the room. This way, slowly, said Angelo. All 4 continue walking. A velociraptor jumps through the bars then gets stuck. Dale laughs. It's stuck, said Dale. All 4 slowly walk around the stuck velociraptor. The velociraptor continues snarling. All 4 continue walking. The other 2 velociraptors approach the velociraptor that's stuck. All 3 are snarling. Both velociraptors run off. I think the door's up ahead, said Angelo. All 4 continue walking. Clanking sound in the distance. What's that noise? Asked Essie. Angelo looks back. Both velociraptors appear then snarl. Run, said Angelo. All 4 start running. The 2 velociraptors are chasing all 4 of them. Angelo stops then raises his gun. The gun fires. The velociraptors continue snarling. Angelo continues running. All 4 run around the corner. Harriet trips then groans. A velociraptor jumps at Harriet. Dale jumps then tackles the velociraptor. The velociraptor goes into the wall. Come on, said Dale holding out his right hand. Harriet grabs Dale's right hand. The velociraptor bites Dale's leg. Dale falls onto the floor, then gets dragged away. "And quat, Dale, and quat," yelled Essie, pointing her gun. The gun fires. Dale screaming. Blood splatters onto the wall. The other velociraptor snarls. Essie looks, then points the gun. The gun fires. The velociraptor gets shot in its head, then falls onto the floor. "Come on. I got you," said Angelo, helping Harriet stand up. Essie leans against the wall. Both Angelo and Harriet look at Essie. "Essie," said Harriet. Essie looks at Harriet. "Let's get going, huh? You can soak later. When you're alive," said Angelo. Essie starts to walk. A velociraptor jumps at Essie. Essie screaming. Both Angelo and Harriet start running. "What are we gonna do?" asked Harriet. "Get out of here." Angelo stops, then looks through a window. "Wait," said Angelo. "What are you doing?" asked Harriet. "I want you to get out of here. The exit is that way," said Angelo. "What about you?" asked Harriet. "I have a plan." "Get going," said Angelo. Harriet slowly runs away. Angelo walks into the room. The cabinet opens. Explosives appear. "Thank God I didn't put these into the weaponry yet," said Angelo, snarling. In the distance, Angelo turns around. The velociraptor's shadow appears on the wall, slowly approaches, sniffs the air, then looks around. Footsteps running in the distance. The velociraptor snarls, then runs away. Angelo appears behind a stack of crates, then peeks out. Harriet running, then stops, snarling in the distance. Harriet turns around. The velociraptor appears at the end of the hallway. "Shit," said Harriet, trying to run down the hallway. The velociraptor runs towards Harriet, then jumps at her. Harriet trips. The velociraptor misses Harriet, stands, then snarls. Harriet crawls backwards. The velociraptor walks towards Harriet. Angelo whistles. The velociraptor looks up, then sees Angelo. "Come on, dinner's ready." The velociraptor walks towards Angelo. Harriet. "Run," said Angelo. "What about you?" asked Harriet. "I'm dead." Angelo holding a grenade. Harriet stands up, then runs towards the back door. The velociraptor snarls. "Come on, you bastard," said Angelo. The velociraptor jumps at Angelo, then starts ripping him apart. Angelo screaming, then drops the grenade. Harriet running, then gets to the back door. The back door opens. The laboratory facility explodes. Harriet falls out of the back door, coughs, then looks up at the laboratory facility. The laboratory facility is burning. Harriet stands up, then slowly walks away. The car appears. Harriet walking, then gets into the car. The car starts, then drives away. The end. Birds of Prey 2. The Hunt. When two people hear about an annual hunt, they decide to go on their first one. But they discover what they are hunting ain't their average animal. They are hunting for a velociraptor. But the thing is, who's the actual hunter and who's the actual prey? 2015. 5 years later. Footsteps are walking. Number 1 appears, looks around, then continues walking. A twig snaps. Number 1 looking around again. Number 1 slowly walking, stops, approaches a tree, unzips his pants, then starts urinating. Another twig snaps. Number 1 looks up, snarling from behind number 1. Number 1 slowly turns around. A grizzly bear appears, then growls. "Bastard," said number 1 looking at his gun. The grizzly bear stands up on its hind legs. Number 1 slowly walks backwards. The gun fires. The grizzly bear gets shot, runs away, then collapses. Footsteps approaching. The gun cocks. Looks like I got the kill, said number 2. Lucky bastard, said number 1. Yeah. Now help me move this thing, said number 2. Both number 1 and number 2 are walking towards the grizzly bear's carcass. A twig snaps. Did you hear that? Asked number 1. Yeah, must be another bear. I could get 2, said number 2, cocking his gun. Don't be stupid. You already have a bear, said number 1. You're just jealous that I got one and you didn't. Another twig snaps. I see him. Number 2 raises his gun. I got you, you bastard, said man. Number 2. The gun fires. The figure in the distance falls. Did you get him? Asked number 1. Hell yeah, I got him. You should have seen that bastard fall. I'm better than you. I'm better than you, said man. Number 2 dancing. Yeah. Don't get cocky, said number 1. Let's go find my kill, said man. Number 2. Both number 1 and number 2 are walking. Is this where it was? Asked number 1. Yes, I saw it fall right here. Maybe it limped away to die. It couldn't have gotten that far, said number 2. I'm gonna stay here. I'll wait for you, said number 1. All right. Be right back, said number 2, walking away. Number 1 sits onto a rock, then pulls out a candy bar. Damn hunger. No wonder why I'm fat. Number 2 appears in the distance. Hey, are you all right? Hey. Footsteps approaching. Is that you? Asked number 1. Number 2 appears all scratched up. Run, said number 2, collapsing onto the ground. Snarling in the distance. A velociraptor appears. Number 1's eyes widen, then runs. The velociraptor starts barking. 2 more velociraptors appear. Number 1 continues running. The velociraptors start chasing number 1. Number 1 trips, stands up, then continues running. A truck appears in the distance. Number 1 continues running towards the truck, then gets to the driver's door. The keys are jingling, then fall onto the ground. Number 1 bends down, grabs the keys, then looks through the driver window. A velociraptor appears on the other side of the truck. The second velociraptor jumps into the truck bed, then snarls. Number 1 slowly walks backwards. The third velociraptor appears behind number 1, then snarls. Number 1 turns around. The third velociraptor jumps at number 1. Number 1 screaming. A few weeks later, a car appears. Driving. Helen Jefferson and Julia Young appear. Helen looks at Julia. Oh, come on, Julia. Everyone gets divorced. At least once. Especially nowadays. Plus, your ex-husband is a bastard. For sleeping with your cousin, said Helen. Yeah, but why did it have to be my cousin? Usually it's the wife's friend or neighbor, not their cousin, said Julia. I know, but hey, you still have me, and I think you're the most beautiful woman ever. And if I was a lesbian, I'd be on you in a second, said Helen. Julia looks at Helen. Helen smiles. Julia laughs. Hey, look, there's a diner. Let's stop to get something to eat, said Julia. All right, said Helen. The car pulls into the parking lot. Parks, turns off, the doors open then shut. Both Helen and Julia walk into the diner, then towards a booth. How may I help you? Asked waitress number 1. I'll have a hamburger, said Helen. Same, said Julia. 2 burgers coming up, said waitress number 1, walking away. So, what do you want to do? asked Julia. I don't know. I just want to lay down, said Julia. Oh, come on. Don't think about this again. Waitress. Number 1 approaches, then places 2 plates onto the table. Excuse me, what's there to do around here? My friend needs to lay off some steam, said Helen. We have a yoga studio, said waitress number 1. Julia asked Helen. No, I don't feel like yoga, said Julia. We have a knitting club, said waitress number 1. Do I look old to you? Asked Julia. Waitress number 1 looks, then grabs a pamphlet. Well, how about this? Asked waitress number 1. And quat, the hunt, and quat. What's this about? Asked Helen. It's a group of people that go out into the woods to hunt for whatever they see, said waitress number 1. Ain't that animal cruelty? Asked Julia. It's not, when it's legal here, said waitress number 1. When's the hunt? Asked Helen. Today and tomorrow. It's already 6 p.m. You might have missed it today. The hunt starts tomorrow at 6 a.m., said waitress number 1. Doesn't that sound like fun, Julia? Asked Helen. I don't know. I hate killing animals, said Julia. Think about it tonight. If tomorrow you don't want to go, stay at the hotel. Because I'm definitely gonna do it, said Helen, looking at the pamphlet. A hotel appears. Both Helen and Julia walk into the hotel room. All right, you get the bed, because I had it the last time on our road trip, said Julia. No, you take it. I'll take it the next time, said Helen. Night, said Julia, walking into the bedroom. The bedroom door closes. The sun rises. The shower is running, then turns off. Julia, groaning, then opens her eyes. The bathroom door opens. Helen appears with a towel wrapped around herself. Wake up, sweetheart. The hunt starts in a half hour, said Helen. Julia groans, then covers herself. The blankets get moved. Julia groans. Again. The car appears driving, pulls into another parking lot, turns off, then the doors open. Whoa, ladies, this is a man's game. Are you sure about this? Asked my number 3. Shove it up your ass. Come on, said Helen. Both Helen and Julia are walking into the building. A line appears. Next, said my number 4. Hi, I'm Helen Jefferson and this is my friend Julia Young. We want to do the hunt, said Helen. $20 each. Then you go get your weapons over there. Next, said my number 4. Both Helen and Julia hand the money, then walk towards the guns. A rifle gets cocked. Hey, do you know how to handle that weaponry? Asked my number 5. Yes, said Helen. How about this one? Asked my number 5, grabbing himself. Trust me, if your sister doesn't want to be on it, why would you think any other woman would? Asked Helen, walking away. A group of people appear. All right, quiet down. Everyone. I want to welcome you to the annual hunt, everyone. I see some of our original customers, and a few are new. Now for the new people. We have a few rules. Rule number 1, be careful where you point your gun. You have actual bullets. Rule number 2, stay on the path. The path goes deep into the woods. And rule number 3, don't go off by yourself. We don't need you getting lost in these woods. They are thick as can be, and you could be lost for a while. So, with that said, let's get the hunt on the road, shall we? Said number 4. The group, cheering, then start to walk into the woods. Helen looks at Julia. Are you all right? Asked Helen. Yeah. I just keep thinking, said Julia. About Derek. Man, Julia, you need to realize. Derek is a jerk. Cheating on you was the worst thing a man can do, and women. But men cheat more, said Helen. Yeah, said Julia. Helen looks up, then sees a rabbit. Oh, Julia, look at that. Now doesn't that bring a smile to your face? Asked Helen, pointing at the rabbit. Julia smiles. A gun fires. The rabbit gets shot. Woohoo! Did you see that? That rabbit didn't know what hit him, said number 5, running, then grabbing the rabbit's carcass. Well, if that doesn't take the smile off your face, what will? Asked Helen. Julia smiles. The group continues walking. Number 5 grabs number 3. Hey, let's head off the trail, said number 5. No, you? Heard the guy. We could get lost, said number 3. Are you a baby? Afraid to be lost? Come on, said man. Number 5 pulling number 3's left arm. Both number 3 and number 5 are walking through the bushes. Helen looks, then walks back. Helen, what are you doing? Asked Julia. 2 of those guys walked off the trail, said Helen. Shouldn't we tell the tour guide? Asked Julia. By the time we tell him, they'll be way gone, said Helen. What should we do? Asked Julia. Come on, said Helen. Footsteps are walking. Man. Number 3 stops. Hey, we have some tails, said number 3. Number 5 looks back, then sees both Helen and Julia. What the hell are you doing here? Asked number 5. You guys should be on the trail. You heard the tour guide, said Helen. Yeah, what you gonna do? Make me go back? Asked number 5. Yeah, I'll make you go back, said Helen. Number 5 smiles. Yo, hold this, said number 5, handing his gun, then turns towards Helen. Helen punches number 5. Number 5 falls onto the ground, then looks at Helen. I took some karate classes, said Helen. Number 5 stands up. Good. This'll be fun then, said number 5, doing a spin kick. Helen ducks, then punches number 5's stomach. Number 5 groans, then looks at Helen. Is that all you got? Asked Helen. Number 5 runs at Helen, then tackles her. Both Helen and number 5 fall into the bushes. Man. Number 5 appears on top of Helen. Both Helen and number 5 look at each other. So, what should we do now? Asked number 5. Do you want to know? Come closer. Number 5 leans his head closer to Helen. And quat. Get off me. And quat, yelled Helen. Number 5 gets off Helen, then holds out his right hand. Helen grabs man. Number 5's right hand, then pulls her up. Number 3 looking at Julia. Can I help you? Asked Julia. Sorry, said number 3. You know, you men are all alike. You see a woman and just think. And quat. Hey, I can sleep with her. And quat. You guys are all, said Julia, seeing a figure moving past in the distance. Julia, are you all right? Asked Helen. I just saw something move over in the distance, said Julia. Another rabbit, I bet, said number 3. No, it was too big for a rabbit, said Julia. Maybe a deer or a bear, said Helen. It's mine, said both number 3 and number 5, running. Wait, don't be stupid by running towards it, said Julia. Both Helen and Julia are following both number 3 and number 5. Both number 3 and number 5 stop. Where'd it go? Asked number 5. I don't see anything over here, said number 3. The bushes start shaking. There, said number 5, pointing at the bushes. Both number 3 and number 5 raise their guns. The guns continuously firing. I think we got it, said number 3. Let's go see what I killed, said man. Number 5. All 4 are running towards the bushes. The bushes are being moved. A velociraptor carcass. appears. What the hell? Is that a raptor? Asked number 3. Looks like it to me, said Helen. How's there a raptor here? Asked Julia. Easy, it's mommy and daddy fucked, said number 5. No, you idiot. Dinosaurs are extinct, said Julia. Yeah, dinosaurs, not raptors, said number 5. Jesus, you're stupid, said Helen. What did you call me? Asked number 5. Stupid, but can we focus here? How is a raptor alive? Asked Julia. Beats me. Only if somehow those theories are right, said number 3. What theory? Asked Helen. When the meteor struck, they said, and quote, a few dinosaurs moved underground, and quote. Maybe that's what happened here, said number 3. You guys are stupid. Raptors are still alive. I mean, look, said number 5 pointing at the velociraptor's carcass. All 4 look up. The other 2 velociraptors appear in the distance. Holy shit, said Helen. We need to run, said number 3. I think that's a good idea, said Helen. I definitely agree, said Julia. Why? We can kill them. Watch, said number 5 raising his gun. The gun clicks. What now, genius? Asked Helen. Like he said. And quat, run, and quat, yelled number 5. All 4 start running. The 2 velociraptors start chasing all 4 of them. They're catching up, said Helen. Well, velociraptors can run up to 40 miles per hour. And the average human can run slower than that. You do the math, said number 3. All right, thanks for stating the facts. But I don't think that'll help us right now, said Julia. Number 5 stops, sees a cubby hole, then hides inside it. The velociraptor runs past. Number 5 laughs, crawls out of the cubby hole, then watches the velociraptor running away. Snarling behind number 5. Number 5 slowly turns around. The second velociraptor appears, then snarls. Oh shit, said number 5 running. The second velociraptor watches number 5 running away, chases him, then jumps at him. Number 5 screaming. Blood splatters onto the trees. All 3 continue running. Did you hear that? Asked number 3. Yeah, sounds like your friend was caught, said Julia. Damn. He was cute, said Helen. Both Julia and number 3 look at Helen. Don't judge me. Judge my hormones, said Helen. The first velociraptor continues running. Jumps over all 3 of them, then snarls. All 3 stop. Shit. Both Helen and Julia raise their guns. Don't be stupid to shoot, said number 3. Why wouldn't we shoot? Asked Helen. Because if you miss, it'll kill us. It doesn't matter what we do. We might be dead, said number 3. Footsteps approaching. The second velociraptor appears, then snarls. Yeah, I'd say we're dead, said Helen. Any ideas? Asked Julia. I have one. I might be able to lure them away while you 2 get back, said man. Number 3. That's suicide, said Helen. Do you have a better idea? Asked number 3. Let me do it. Just so I know my friend's safe, said Helen. If you want to know that your friend's safe, you save her, said number 3. He's got a point, said Julia. The velociraptors continue snarling. Guns continuously firing. The velociraptor falls. The other velociraptor runs away. All 3 look up. The group appears. I told you 3 to stay on the trail. It's lucky you didn't get hurt or worse, said man. Number 4. Actually, a friend of mine died. It was his idea to come out here, said number 3. Damn it. All right. Let's get back, said number 4. Number 6 falls then gets dragged away. The guns continuously firing. Let's get back, said Helen. The group starts running. The velociraptor snarling then follows the group. The group continues running, snarling from behind the group. Number 7 points his gun. The velociraptor jumps at number 7 from his left side. The group continues running. People in the group start falling onto the ground, then scream. All 4 continue running. There's the shack, said number 4, snarling from behind the group. Number 4 stops, turns around then points his gun. Hey! Come on, said Julia. Get inside, now, said number 4. The velociraptor appears. Look out, said Helen. Number 4 points his gun. The gun fires. The velociraptor gets shot then falls onto the ground. Ha! Not so tough now, said number 4 spitting onto the velociraptor. Nice job, said number 3. The velociraptor opens its eyes. Oh my God, said Julia. Number 4 looks down at the velociraptor. The velociraptor stands up, snarls then jumps onto number 4. Number 4 screams. The velociraptor looks up at all 3 of them. All 3 start running towards the front of the shack, then run onto the porch. The velociraptor snarls, jumps through the porch banister then misses all 3 of them. The shack door opens. All 3 run through the shack door. Number 3 falls onto the floor, gets dragged then grabs the shack door. Both Helen and Julia are grabbing number 3's arms. Number 3 screaming. I'm sorry. About before, said number 3 letting go, then gets pulled out the shack door. The shack door shuts. Oh my God. What do we do? Asked Julia. We need to hide, said Helen. Hide? That's your plan, said Julia. Do you see that? That's an actual velociraptor. We don't have any weapons. Julia points at the wall. Helen looks around the shack, then sees guns. All right. That was stupid, said Helen. What should we use? Asked Julia. Something that has a kick, said Helen. The rifles are being grabbed. Maybe there's something in the back room, said Julia. Be careful, said Helen. The back room door opens. Julia walking around the back room. No way. Hey Helen. Come here, said Julia. What? Asked Helen approaching. Both Helen and Julia are looking at a cannon. That'll work, said Bert. What if we miss? Like that guy said. And quat. If you miss, you're dead, and quat, said Julia. Helen walks over then. Moves the tarps. Well, it's a good thing I have a backup plan, said Helen throwing the tarps off. Barrels of gunpowder appear. The velociraptor walking around outside the shack. The front door of the shack opens. The velociraptor looks at the opened front door then slowly walks into the shack, snarling in the distance. Both Helen and Julia are hiding behind the counter. The velociraptor continues walking around. Both Helen and Julia are slowly crawling into the back room, standing up, grabbing a barrel of gunpowder then starting pouring it. The velociraptor looks down at the floor, sees the gunpowder on it, then sniffs it. Both Helen and Julia walk out the back door of the shack. Helen throws the gunpowder barrel down. Light it, said Julia. Do you have a light or something? Asked Helen. Julia sees number 3's body, runs upstairs then reaches into his pockets. Got one, said Julia. The velociraptor sees Julia then snarls. Julia looks through the window then sees the velociraptor. The velociraptor runs at Julia. And quat, Julia, and quat, yelled Helen running towards Julia. Then pushes her out of the way. The velociraptor jumps at Helen. Helen being scratched then gets her shoulder bitten. And what? Helen and what? Yelled Julia. The velociraptor looks at Julia, then snarls. Julia lights the lighter, then throws it. The gunpowder catches on fire. The velociraptor snarling. The fire goes into the shack. Julia runs towards Helen, then drags her away from the shack. The shack explodes. Helen coughing. Nice job, said Helen. Helen, stay with me. I'll get up help, said Julia. No, I'm fine. I'm just a little banged up, said Helen, gasping her last breath. Julia looks at Helen's arm falling. Helen, Helen, Helen. No, please, God no. Come back to me. Please, come back to me, said Julia, crying, then puts her head onto Helen's head. 1 month later, a mine appears. Miners appear digging. Keep working, you guys. You're doing such wonderful work. Number 8. Walking towards a tree, unzips his pants, then starts urinating. A twig snaps. Number 8 looks around. Alright guys, very funny. Another twig snaps. Knock it off, you guys, said number 8, walking towards the bushes. The bushes move. A nest of eggs appears. People screaming in the distance. Number 8 looks at the mine in the distance. People screaming and getting pulled into the mine. Another twig snaps. Number 8 turns around. A velociraptor appears, then snarls. Number 8 screams. The velociraptor jumps at Number 8, looks up, then barks. More velociraptors appear, then snarl. The end.